Welcome to the DPL. We got an exciting match tonight between Team Momentum and Team Flogels. And with me tonight is Red. Red, what can we expect from tonight's game?
Yeah, so we're looking at an interesting match. We see that right now in the standings, Team Flogels and Team Momentum are neck and neck. They're right next to each other on the standings, so it really could be anyone's game. Now, what's going to be really interesting is we saw really good performance from both of these teams in the DreamHack Open that occurred last week. In fact, Team Momentum is currently in the finals for that tournament, which will be streamed tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST. I will also be casting that match, so you can come back and watch that later tomorrow. But yes, they did really well. They upset so many games. It was really good to watch, and I hope they can bring that energy that they seem to find they found last week into this game against Flogels, who did not do as well in the DreamHack Open. However, I think they still are a very competitive team, especially against Momentum. And it's going to be really interesting to see these two teams clash because they are both EU teams. They are the two EU teams in the league. Every other team is currently an NA team, which I believe we're really going to see these teams play on even grounds because, there have been some accusations of Peaker's advantage and, losing because of lag or from lag or, getting some advantage due to, playing on NA servers with EU ping. We're going to see both these teams playing on EU servers, presumably, and they're gonna have similar ping. It'll be very interesting to watch. No one's gonna have an advantage because of that, and we're really gonna see how these teams play. Again, they're neck and neck on the DPL standings right now, so it is really down to whichever one of these teams wins to determine who finishes higher on the standings. Now,
You are, right, you are, Red. I expect both these games to go to 12 rounds, and I'm excited to see what both these EU teams can definitely perform being on home turf here.
Oh yeah, looks like the match is starting to get underway right now. So we should be transferring into there soon.
Yep, match is underway, and we got a rotation of Factory, Kill House, and C Store to start out with. Moving into our first map here on Lead King. Red, what are you seeing so far on this map?
I mean, just immediately, the first thing that sticks out here is the No Man's Land. No Man's Land is basically a shipping container that has the bomb placed in it. That is a very interesting thing. As while you can wallbang it, it does get rid of any visual line of sights onto bomb from anywhere. Now you do have it from conveyors. Conveyors is going to be very strong to hold because of that, because you can watch bomb from it. And in general, conveyors is just very strong, providing full and half cover on a map that typically doesn't have a lot of those. Now we're starting off with momentum on attack. I would not be surprised if honestly, any plan here looks good. Apparently they have issue with Derby. I don't know what momentum has against my teammate, but they don't like him.
Oh, called out.
Yes. Uh, looks like they're planning to just go green. This is definitely a good idea. It's a relatively easy green to take. There is some barbed wire spots, but you can clear the main one from the window. You'd have to worry about a barb there. But you don't have to worry about that with the window. You can even frag it from there. If they go green, that means they're going to be able to charge the next 2 rounds without risk of having to force a green. And the defenders don't know that the attackers are coming green this round. So it's the best round to go green. And there's a lot of cover in that storage that it would allow them to take it pretty easily. Though it does look like Kuko is going to be watching the green from office with the mop, which could be a risk.
Right, and so now they're moving into that green storage room, and on momentum we have Chris, Macius, Voxel, Razor, and Mir here with on Team Flogels, Tigaman, Kuko, Ghetto, Flogel, and Louis. But now we see them moving into storage here. Kuko is holding that angle with the mop, ready to get an eager first kill. Tigaman with the backup. Ghetto with further backup. Voxel, Razor, Masters move in here. Tigaman retreating, trying to get out of there. Oh, but he goes down to Voxel. Ghetto and Kuka retreating to No Man's Land to cover this entrance from servers into here. They got barbed wire to deal with, though, so they're going to have to come up with a plan for that. A big, huge flash landing right in Flogel's face. Smoke goes out to cover that entrance. A Molly goes out short, but another more effective Molly is out there as well. A big, huge push here, clearing out Flogels entirely. They didn't stand a chance to that push. It was really effective with that smoke there. They were able to push in through that side, getting away from all of that Molly damage, and able to just pick their shots nice and clean here onto Flogels.
I mean, that was a really good round we saw from Momentum. They were able to push very well together, staying coordinated, pushing at the same time, covering all their angles, and it was a perfect round for them. They had no losses, and they have plenty of time left, which means they have time to go loot all the bodies, find any good guns, anything with ammo. Looks like they have not recovered the mop yet.
They're still searching for it. A few celebratory flares out there, though.
Oh, did Kuko not have the mop? It looks like he has a Lacrosse on the map. I can't tell. Or,
I thought he
I don't
had
know. Either way, it doesn't look like they recovered anything, which means Flogels didn't have anything they wanted, or all the ammo was expended.
No, that is a mop down there. I can see it on the map. So I
Yeah.
guess they just decided not to pick it up. Or yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All the ammo is gone. But
Yeah.
now we are moving on to our next map here.
That is huge for the defenders. Even if the attackers don't recover the mop, they definitely the loss of the mop is huge. It is the only weapon that can one-shot attackers from range.
Yeah, and you
So
have to get a headshot with that one shot
yeah.
too. So it's even more crucial to have like a skilled player behind it, especially, which all of these players really are. But even still, it does massive damage to bodies as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. It is a common strategy to aim for the body and then pull out a pistol, often a gat, just because of its spam potential, and spam in the direction, because it only takes 1 bullet to drop them at that point.
Honestly, that sounds like the noob combo in Halo. Pull out your energy pistol, knock down the shield, just pop them once. Oh boy.
Yeah.
But now
No,
moving on to Grease Display and Kill House here, we got an airlock map.
it's just immediately we can see that the defending team is worried about this red door into brick house, which requires them to actually enter the building and then leave the building through reception, through those windows. Now, based on that barb, I would not be surprised if they're going to kick down that red door or open it with a shotgun and place the barb. Um, at that point, it loses a lot from it and it creates just a rotate for the attackers. I don't know if that is an advised strategy, but if the attackers are planning to go there, it could throw them off.
It's a really interesting flag room here. That's actually open air, so a drone could hit a defender if they even went in there. Not that a defender would want to sit in there. There's a red door. They'd be well trapped. Just something interesting I haven't seen before on a map.
Yeah. Now it looks like Team Momentum wants to push all the way from green into kitchen and then into brickhouse and then wall charge into club behind that bar, which is going to provide them a lot more cover and give them an element of surprise they would not have if they just go through the green door from brickhouse to club. Flogels seems to be setting up for push more from office. Um, see what Flogels does with that barb. He might be planning to late barb.
All right, momentum is on the approach here into reception. Flogel holding down the early entry here, with Kuko with the backup through this sight line here into reception. Maybe get an eager pick off. The doors are closed, so not yet. Couple wall bangs going out here. Now they're just slowing down, getting ready to make their push here into brick house. Couple shots go out. Not gonna find anybody. Now they push their way towards that airlock. Pushing now into Brick House. They've got that barbed wire to contend with, and that's really going to slow them. Actually, Flogel going in on the retreat here. Voxel unaware. Oh, man, what a good push here from Flogel. He takes out two with that. Ghetto with another cleanup on Mashius. Now, all it is left is Mirror and Razor. They did not hear the drone, and they did not able to turn around. Voxel caught completely off guard. What a play. Ticketman coming in here to clean up with that knack, but just going to play it off. Here, slowing it down, Mirror and Razor trying to come up with a plan. They're both very low. Mirror's got the clack. Down goes Razor, losing a frag grenade. Mirror all alone now. Has a flash. Mirror needs a prayer right now. I think the best bet is to just run. But Louis closes off that escape. Oh my goodness, Flogel with a mad play.
Yeah, no, momentum really just were not able to get enough momentum. And they just got stalled in kitchen, allowing Flogels to come from behind, almost single-handedly wipe the team, and the rest of his team to then rebuild around knowing where they were and just put pressure on them, preventing them from advancing.
Yeah, that's something that I've been eager to try in casual, just like noticing where red doors can actually like make a route around to go in behind defenders. It's so risky just because the drone lets everyone
Yeah.
know that you're out there running around. But if you're not quick enough, you can get or if you are quick enough and can sneak in behind the defenders without them noticing, you can clean up kills just like Flogel did right there.
Oh yeah. No, momentum really should have heard the drone and made that call.
Moving on to Relentless Phoenix here on C-Store. This Central Teller Island is pretty interesting. I'm not sure if I've played this map yet.
It seems like the defenders are asking if they're allowed to run out of storefront and shoot into the truck. The answer to that question is no. They are not allowed to do that, but they can ask.
At least they asked nicely.
Yes. Now, it seems like Flogels is more concerned about a shed push. They're dedicating two of their barbed wire over there and only one to Freezer. Momentum, it seems like they want to push the shed as they are drawing their line there. That it could, if Flogel sets up properly around this, seeing as they seem to expect a shed push, then we'll likely see another Flogel's victory here. However, momentum might surprise us to be able to take this round. Overall on this map, it's a very interesting map. We got an island tellers, which has a direct line of sight into bomb, meaning that you pretty much need to clear the tellers in order to defuse the bomb, as otherwise someone in tellers will be able to shoot through the tellers hole right onto bomb.
Right, and so this bomb situation is right here to defuse, and so yeah, like you said, a clear shot to that teller window that a lot of casuals take a little bit of time to pick up on is that there's actually a sight line in teller to right on to bomb. Not the case in all maps, but definitely something that I always keep a lookout for, seeing what, especially on defense, because you can make some really great plays, holding down some unique angles through that teller window.
Looks like Momentum wants to split Shed and Freezer, since they do still have 2 of their door charges left.
They do indeed. Kicking open Shed here. Flogels definitely heard that noise, and now they're just waiting for the rest of their team. Massey is pulling around here.
They're likely going to blow Bathroom first. Oh no, they blew.
Blue
They got
storage
clapped.
first, bathroom shortly
I believe
afterwards.
Flogels collect them there.
Oh, oh, you're right, Flogel with the auto shotty in the clack there, doing a little bit of damage out there. Frag was out, not going to catch anybody. A molly in freezer and Shed, not going to be effective. But Ghetto with a counter nade onto Razor. Oh my goodness, that's gotta hurt. But now, what can Momentum do to bring this back around? They do pick off Louis there. Mirror running back around to back up Mashius here, who's only got a shotty. Voxel taken down with a bit of a trade there. Chris looking to throw in. There goes the flash. Another wall start. Oh no! Oh my god, he got a clack onto the wall charge, taking down Mashius
Oh,
and Mirror. What are these plays?
this is
Oh
why
my
you do not let the
goodness.
defenders get their hands on a wall charge. It is a devastating tool for either side.
Chris hoping to come up with something here, charges right into a barrage of
Oh,
bullets from Ghetto there. Oh my gosh, the Poggers is well deserved. Good
yes.
lord.
Yeah, no. The ingenious of thinking they might come bathroom and being ready to just wall charge them. That is that is a powerful play.
Wow. What great heads up play there from Flogels to know that they went out, grabbed the wall charge, were going to mount another play, and just clickety clacketing on the clacker to make sure to assure that
That was a
double kill.
beautiful double kill.
That's like a chef's kiss. Mwah. That was
Ugh.
beautiful. Oh my gosh. If this is gonna be the whole game, Red,
This is
we're in
going to
for
be a
some
good game.
craziness.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'm quite prepared.
I know. I don't think Momentum really thought much about losing that second round, but I believe that that is what cost them in the third round. Just that wall charge being in the hands of the defenders, really powerful. When you get into a situation like that with the wall charge, it's almost better to either place it down so it can't be recovered or try and get out with it. You do not want defenders getting a wall charge. I mean, if they had it for this round, if the defenders had it, obviously they don't because we've had the side switch and the economy reset. But if they did, you could place it up here on the office, and suddenly you just get a whole nother window which has line of sight onto docks. You know, that's
Right,
just
so
some of the
now we're
things you could do
switching
with it.
sides. Yeah,
Or
so now we got Flogels on attack and Momentum on defense. We've got a couple barbs drawn here in office, but it looks like Flogels is going in for a smoke cover push here, straight through storage into servers on an eco push.
though they are drawing lines into office, so we could expect to see them push there.
True.
Um, Seems like a pretty good barb setup from Momentum. They got barbs for pretty much everything except for Fan. Fan, it will channel them into the south, but that is that is something they can prepare for and watch, especially from conveyors. They're gonna have a good line of sight onto it.
Right. Conveyors is such a crucial part of this map. What we saw last game with Fierce and Mazer is that if you can close the distance on conveyors and really like clutch up pressure onto defenders there, it really is crucial because that is just a huge sight line into here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but no man's land is just free wall bangs into here. There's no resistance there.
Oh yeah, I believe the top is set to thin or even none, which means you can just spray down onto the top with an auto shotgun and wipe anyone. Although that requires you standing on the top of no man's land.
Couple shots go out there from Mash is trying to pick someone off with a mop, but gonna be unsuccessful. We got both long-range snipers out here in this map, especially because of this huge sight distance here in dock and shelving. Blowing into office there, Voxel peering through that cover with, oh, actually gonna not take any damage from that frag, but defense is now pushing all the way back here, covering dock in this huge open area. But now Flogels is looking to close pressure on these both areas to secure a position. They've got a lot of damage, and actually Louis goes down from Chris, but they trade there. And now we're just slowing it down. There's a smoke out there. The lights do go down. Flares
the
out
flare.
at no man's land. A couple flares out there from Mirror. Very smart play. But now they're slowly pushing in here. Ghetto trying to get an angle here on a no man's land. It's a 4v3. This is going to be a tough push, especially how low Flogels is here. A long range shot with the Igmar from Voxel onto Ghetto secures that kill. Tigaman making their push now. Kuko with a Saber could make some clutch plays here. Hopefully they can see what they're going to do. They would really benefit from some utility. The lights go down. Razor's waiting with a shotgun. Oh, how did he get away from? Oh, he did not. Razor does go down to Tigaman there. And now Tigaman's pushing into the last two defenders. Voxel with that mob could make a big difference here. Trying to get a peek onto Tigaman. Kuko slow walking into the bomb. About to put pressure on here. Making their way through. Defusing the bomb. Pulled Mirror out of position for Kuko to knock him down with the Saber. Now it's just a 1v1 Tigaman and Voxel. He's on top of the bomb right now. Gonna make a few shots with the pistol. Oh, he's dodging like crazy. It's not enough. Oh
Just at
my
that last second,
gosh.
getting the kill to stop the defuse and take the round.
Can't believe Voxel pulled that off with what the moves Tigaman was putting on him there. Trying to make all those dodging, trying to whip out a pistol, get a few shots back, but it wasn't enough.
We saw him at the end there attempt to try and spray through the roof, and he just decided to drop down and shoot what he could see.
Probably the smart play. He knew he might have known there was a health advantage there that he could have capitalized on, but there's no way for them to know, knowing that the health is hidden from both sides.
I think the bigger thing that was going on there was the fact that Tigaman had to stay on the bomb in order to defuse it, and Voxel knew that, and so he dropped down and shot him because he knew Tiga could not get off.
Right.
So we're back on Operation Greased Display. It seems like Flogels is, I don't know what they're doing. They have drawn some interesting lines. They appear to want to breach into office, go into reception, and then breach into Brookhouse. I somehow doubt that they're going to do this, especially because that would expend all of their remaining charges.
Right. That does seem like a strange call.
And also the fact that reception is a green room, so to blow office to take reception seems extremely foolish.
Yeah, I'm not too quite. I'm wondering what their plan here is. They've got lines all over the map now. It looks like maybe a split push going reception and office here.
Yeah, maybe. It seems like Momentum is learning from their failings in their round on attack here and are putting barbed wire in kitchen to try and hold Flogels there, which is a very powerful way to play this map.
Right. What would your approach be here, Red, for this map? What do you think is the best bet here?
I think a wall charge is probably the best bet. I would say reception to kitchen and then breach into club around there.
Oh, near the switch?
Yeah, especially because then you can open the airlock. Yeah, the risk there is that the airlock can be closed on you, and that restricts how fast you can get in, but that would require the defenders to be ready for it.
Well, looks like we got Momentum here with a bunch of short range, but we do have Voxel with the KR there. Holding that office push, already in reception. Flogels making their way through here into kitchen. Wallbangs go out there from the knack from Chris. Tigaman and Louis setting up. There goes the push. Voxel all alone, getting caught on the geometry, somehow making their way out of there. Shots go back, but not enough. Voxel goes down. Massis and Chris holding down with a shotgun in the knack. Razor just waiting to unleash that auto shotty. Looking for an opportunity there. The airlock is open. They see there is barbed wire. So now they're slowing down. A flash goes out and a molly, taking a little bit of damage off of Tigaman there. Mirror holding that angle with the Gruber. Now they're slowing it down. Oh, Louis tries to make a push in there. Mirror takes him down. Tigaman with the backup to take down Mirror. Razor unleashing that auto shotty. Not catching too much damage there. Chris unleashing the knack, but it's not enough. Kuko takes him down. Massius all alone here with just a pump shotgun. The bomb is going down. It's going to assure this win, surely, for Flogel here. Oh,
Ooh,
but Macias is making a bit of an effort there. Took down two, but it's not enough. Now it's just dodging wall bangs. Maybe try to pick off one or two people left here. Ghetto picks up the auto shotty.
and
And he
takes
does take
that.
down Macias. There we go.
Really good push from Team Flogels there. They were getting a little delayed, but they managed to come around and push in very well. We saw the push from backstage that looked unsupported, but then the two players came from the airlock and were just able to put a ton of pressure onto the remaining players in the bomb site, leaving Kuko in the back covering their rear with the shotgun so he could then push into Brickhouse and attack anyone in there trying to push club was definitely a smart move. It's just unfortunate that he was not able to win that firefight.
Now we're moving on to our final map here of this before halftime. We've got Relentless Phoenix here. Game with that Island Teller here.
Yes. I mean, the other thing on this map is that Freezer also has a very good line of sight onto bomb. There's a lot of ways to watch bomb from outside of storefront, which makes it a very hard map to hold, or to take, I should say, not to hold. It's very easy to hold in theory. It seems like Flogels wants to blow Shed and then wall charge onto bomb through storage. That could be very powerful. They could just easily flood in. That said, they do have to watch Freezer and Tellers. Now, they are hopefully aware of that. They are nice and lit up on the map for them, but this not and also does it not only allow them to take bomb instantly, it allows them to go around all of Momentum's planned wire. Momentum is planning to place a lot of wire in the area that Flogels is just going to go around. I don't think Momentum is expecting this whatsoever. This for Momentum to really succeed on its defense, it's going to depend entirely on who they play in arcade, with what, and how they play. An arcade player could totally shut down this push if they were just able to push in and get a few picks, or even just see the wall charge and warn them about it.
Now, they got a lot of markings here. They even have some more markings on storefront, so they may be calling an audible here.
Yeah.
They may put out a smoke there on storage there to get that push with the wall charge there, covering up Chris's line of sight there. Now Chris is ready with a molly, so we'll see. They're still trying to figure out what they're gonna do here. They do blow Shed as a distraction, actually, triggering that molly from. Be caught up in this explosion. It does not. Molly goes out. They're pushing in all the way in the storefront. It's chaos. Mirror goes down to Kuko. Pushing into Freezer. Freezer is almost secured. Mousy is trying to make a run to get out of there, but it's just relentless from Flogel as they are picking off shots and angles left and right, taking care of their targets. Voxel does get a little bit of revenge there, but actually Louis takes down Kuko from a little bit of crossfire. Tigerman pushing in with that auto shotty, and enough bullets will take down Voxel.
Yeah, I think we really saw there once again why the storefront rushes are just so powerful. You know, there's not a lot of cover in that storefront, and even when they were expecting it, they just could not hold against it. A few flashbangs go out, and they're just easy pickings for the attackers.
What is the range on the wall charge to actually get damage onto somebody? Because we saw there we had I believe it was maybe one of the defenders
Yeah.
was standing there and it didn't take damage from that wall charge.
I
So what
believe
is
he
the
was
range there, Red?
I believe he was just to the side of it. It should be 4 tiles of distance, so he would have just been on the end of it and to the edge of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think he just narrowly avoided taking damage.
I'm eager to see from Donut what the total kills are from wall charge here because it's got to be a little above average.
You know, I would have to agree. I think getting those 2 kills early on definitely cements that. I don't think we see many wall charge kills here in DPL.
Well, we got 3 new maps here. The sides remain the same, and we got Phalanx Shield with a huge dock and boiler room. Red, what can we expect from this?
Honestly, I would expect a lot of holding around Boiler. Boiler gives great line of sights onto bomb from several directions, and it gives pretty decent cover. Uh, Dock does not provide very much cover, but the trucks do have line of sight onto bomb, so we might see a Brave Soul sit in there. And then again, conveyors, again, line of sight onto bomb, very powerful to hold there. It's going to be interesting to see how they take it. Seems like Flogels might want to push green and try and take office. Um, this is really going to allow momentum to hold in those areas that have the lines of sight onto bomb and the good cover. If they really want to, they can only take fights where they have the advantage, which would be in these areas with high cover and line of sight into bomb. Uh, Flogels, however, seems a little unsure of their plan. They might blow servers. If they do that, they have a way to contest office and boiler, um, and they can clear out the conveyors. Seems like it seems they appear to want to do a split push, 2 storage, 3 servers. They might even try to shotgun open the boiler red door from that distance. Sniper shotgunning doors is going to be removed soon. If anyone has been playing on the public test branch right now, you'll know that you really can't do it from more than 3 tiles away, which is honestly a good change because it is quite absurd that you can snipe from that distance.
All right, and so they do actually have a split push marked up here with storage and servers here. Fogel picking out a play here. We got defenders locking down boiler and raising flares here in case they do grab those lights, which they most assuredly will here. Moving into storage, a couple of utilities not going to find much use there. Now they're pushing into servers here. Flashes go out. Couple shots go out. Oh man! Ticket Man taking down Razor with the saber. But now they have turned off lights and flares have gone out. But they do have time on their side here. Pushing into office. Voxel is down. Louis pushing down. Chris takes down Louis. A couple saber shots trying to take down Chris. Kuko does take him down. Lights go back on. Mir and Mashius, only ones left alive. Mashius peeking out of the truck here. Gonna take down Flogel with that. Very smart play. But now the lights go back down. Ticket Man throwing out. Takes a couple damage there from Mir, but Mir is now just getting lit up by Ticket Man. And that will take it down. Mashius hiding in the smoke, looking to make a little stealth play here. Does not take down Ghetto. And Kuko, with a really good sightline on the Mashius, does take him down.
I think we saw a lot of really good positioning from momentum there, but Flogels were just able to take the peaks, 2 at a time, and push with a lot of coordination that just prevented a lot of the crossfires from being able to function. And once they started getting 1 or 2 kills in, it kind of all fell apart for momentum. They lost the mop early on. That mop was probably the easiest way they were going to win. If he would have landed 1 or 2 more hits, I think this round would have been over a lot sooner and with a different winner. Um, but yeah, we really just saw that a lot of momentum just got stuck on docks. They were exposed to servers, and the office team were able to just come onto boilers and take them from above, and they were put in a very bad spot. But initially, I think their positioning was really good.
Right, yeah. I definitely positioning was the name of that game because we saw a lot of sightlines get picked off pretty early, and unfortunately for the mop on defense, they were able to get cleaned up there from just 2 sides. That split push was very effective, and they got what they wanted out of it, counting on people just hanging out in boiler room and not putting maybe one more defender in that office to stop that from collapsing on itself. And unfortunately for um, momentum there, they did go down to it.
Now we're coming in on Apollo Injustice. Um, Very interesting map for one main reason, and that is this one-way peak in hallway. it allows for a player to just cross over from the kitchen side into hallway, but someone playing in hallway from or coming in from breezeway will not be able to get in from there, which makes it very interesting. It also allows players to walk up a little ramp there and take shots at players in hallway, so it gives a lot of hallway control. Now, what we could see is we could see Flogels just try and get in and use a wall charge to get into bomb, into club from breezeway. Um, they have said yes to the flag. They approve of the flag. Um, it does look like they are. They might be split pushing breezeway and kitchen. It appears, based on their lines. Now, Momentum doesn't seem to be really preparing for this. They have barbed wire set up for breezeway, which will only really hinder the smaller team. They're only sending 2 people there, and once the team taking kitchen is able to get in and use that one way, it's basically going to be free to go in for the team in breezeway.
Yeah, I feel like hallway is so crucial here because it can give you a huge advantage, but it could also just find yourself very lit up here. Um, Taking that kitchen push here with breezeway alongside it, 3 going kitchen, 2 going breezeway. They are slow walking, playing the time here. Couple wall bangs there from Voxel, trying to see if they sprinted all the way to breezeway. They did not. Mash just waiting there with a shotgun, listening out, but not going to find anybody because they are slow walking, hiding their footsteps as to where they're going. So now they're just waiting to make the push here. Still a couple errant shots from that KR from Voxel. Razor waiting with the auto shotty in kitchen. Gonna hear a whole bunch of noise in just a second here. But now they're just biding their time. There goes a smoke onto Breezeway to cover Kuko's entry. There goes the charge into kitchen. Lots of shots go down. Razor heads for the hills, knowing that there is a bunch of Flogels collapsing on his position. And now is going to retreat in the bomb, where Flogels is going to have to push their way through a monstrous amount of wall banks. As those come out, with Mirror taking out Tigaman. And now they're pushing it. Ooh, a big wallbang there from Kuko, taking out Mirror and Chris. And now it's just Razor, Mastiff, and Voxel holding down. They do take out Louis, and now it's a 3v3, evening up on both sides. A little bit of damage, but still pretty even here. Razor does pick up 2 mollies here to slow this down. This may be crucial here as time is slowly winding down. He's going to check a very important Molotov there. 29 seconds left to go. It's just going to slow this push down even more. Flogels needs to make a move now. Another molly goes out. Oh, big damage. Oh no, an uncoordinated frag grenade takes out Kuko. Oh no. But now is suddenly swung in Momentum's favor here as Ghetto gets out to keep that Igmar actually that he stole. Wow. What happened there, Red?
We just saw that Flogels wasted far too much time outside the building, slow walking to their objective, and that didn't really gain them anything. It just cost them a lot of time, which put a lot of pressure towards the end. We saw very even trades going back and forth to the point it came down to a 3v3 there, but unfortunately it hit that point at 30 seconds. Flogels needed to push and take that room. Momentum had plenty of Molotovs, plenty of ammo to say no. And when that happens, the Flogels tried to push. Each one of them felt the pressure individually and ran in and took a lot of damage and or died. And we only saw Ghetto escape there. Really, we see why you need to get to the door fast. Yes, slow walking has a place. You can be quiet, but what you lose, in my opinion, what you lose by slow walking to the objective, to your entry, is far greater than what you gain from it.
Interesting. Yeah, so yeah, they definitely time was not on their side, and it really played to the defender's advantage there by slow walking there. And it's definitely something you have to keep in mind having taken your time. You got to keep an eye on the clock always. And
Now
now we're moving
coming,
into Pink Gambit here on C-Store.
yeah. This is an interesting store as we see this fridges area over in the corner that provides a lot of cover that is not often seen in storefronts. This storefront is a lot harder to just immediately rush and take, and I think Flogels knows this. They want to go office. They want to just drop in through there and just jump in and take the fridges. Um, they may even use a charge on that door from office to fridges, as it could clear out someone playing in fridges for them, or any barbed wire they have to risk there. Nope. Seems like they want to wall charge into storefront and split office. That gives them this whole side, the whole western side of the map, which is just a huge take for them. That gives them basically all the cover in C-Store, forcing the defenders to play around Tellers and Freezer, which puts them in a very predictable spot. Especially because Tellers you can just look through and see where they are, even if you can't shoot them. Seems like Team Momentum are not preparing for this at all, putting all their barbed wire in Arcade and Tellers. They must be expecting a shed push.
Right, yeah. I think this is going to go heavy in Flogel's favor as they're going to make a very speedy entrance here. Well, not speedy because they're slow walking. Speedy as soon as that um, charge goes off there in storefront. But now defenders just waiting to see what they're going to do. Only Ticket Man up top, waiting to fall down into office. We got Voxel waiting in Tellers with the KR, Macius and Razor. Macius with the pump shotgun and a molly. Razor also with a molly. They placed a charge there. Now they're just waiting to execute. There goes a flash down. Ticket Man running into fridges here, into storefront. There goes the charge out. Look at this speed. There goes the smoke, clearing out bomb. Flogel's getting a nice angle on the match. Is gonna take him down. And now defenders are backing up. Mirror in freezer, holding down with the Lagros. Razor trying to take down Ghetto, but not enough. Fox and Louis doing a little dance there. Louis wins. And now it's just Chris and Mir holding down against Louis and Ghetto. Chris in the teller. Louis going to make a move on here. Not going to be enough. So now it's slowing down to see who does what first. Expect some bomb pressure there. There goes to the teller window, trying to take down Chris, who still has a molly and the knack. Now it's a 2v1. Now it's a 1v1. Let's see who wins here. Mir trying to make a wall bang here. You can do that with Lagros on this map. Now Louis trying to bait out Mir to get a good shot on him through freezer, but Mir knowing the wall bang spot he needs to be could make a big difference here. Trying to make a
Louis
shot.
got plenty of time to just keep tapping the bomb away.
19 seconds, plenty of time, halfway done. Mir's gotta make a move here. Louis gonna make the first approach, gonna take him down. Nice job, Louis there, with actually a 3K, taking down Voxel,
Ooh.
Chris, and Mir. Very nice performance there from Louis.
Flogels has just secured themselves a tie. They can no longer lose this game, and all they have to do is win one of their next defending rounds.
Flogels is playing very well today and just putting up an amazing defense and attack here.
Yeah.
Momentum is trying to figure them out for right now. They've seen some very interesting plays here from Flogel that they haven't been able to deal with yet, but as these games go on, I expect it to get a little closer as Momentum starts to figure out Flogel's main plays here.
I would imagine that Flogels, or not Flogels, Momentum's starting to get warmed up. They're getting better. We're seeing better performance from them as these rounds have continued. So even if they're not able to win this game, I think that the next one they might be able to take, and they might put us into a third game. Or no, we only do best of 2 in DPL. I'm still on DreamHack.
Yes, well, the finals tomorrow at 1, which we will both be casting for,
Oh,
will
are
be
we
a
both
best
there?
of 3. We are indeed. You will see me there tomorrow, Red, whether you like it or not. All right, moving into Phalanx Shield here. We got this wide open boiler again. What's the play here, Red?
I mean, again, I think taking the boiler, blowing that red door, and just getting onto boilers is huge. I think servers is also super viable. You want to either control a conveyors or boiler. You just got to pick which one. This map does not really have a very strong office, so it's interesting to see that both teams have wanted to send a team storage just to take office. That's not what I would want to do in this situation. It does not seem very worthwhile as the window can barely cover the server's entrance. if it can at all. We honestly, even wall charging onto docks is pretty strong, just because it's unexpected and will give you conveyor control pretty fast and lets you get right onto bomb.
I was going to mention that when we saw this map before, but yeah, I was thinking that Doc's play here is pretty good because you can rush in and if you get like some nice smokes or some good use of utility here, you can rush in, pick off people in boiler along with servers and storage, and now you're just waiting for office to drop down, and you know they're going to be coming from the window or from this ledge, and so you can really secure uh, what the play here can be for defenders if you smart push that. If you do it smartly and carefully into dock, it can make it work. But I don't think that's what we're going to see as they're lining up on storage here. It took some time picking out their utility there. Still trying to figure out what Momentum's play is going to be. They are stacking up on storage to make a heavy push in here.
Seems like they're distracting people's storage while they're gonna go and breach boiler. Flogel though,
Interesting.
waiting there with his late barb.
Yeah, and now Momentum's still got to be careful with their time given this slow walk here. It played the disadvantage here last time, so hopefully they can make it work here. Now they're approaching boiler. Voxel and Mash is waiting to push into office as soon as that door is blown. Molly goes out to slow that push. Ticketman with the mop, still holding down an office. Wondering where the rest of momentum here. Now they retreat, knowing that maybe something's up here. Time is ticking down. They do need to make a play sooner or later. There it goes. There's the big push from both sides. Closing down onto Mir. Taking him down. Oh my gosh, a disaster with that Molly as they just ran straight into some barbed wire. The late barbed wire catching both of Mir and Razor there. Momentum picking up Louis, Flogel, and Ghetto. As now it's suddenly a 3v1 as they just clean it up nicely. There
Oh,
was a great play there from Flogel,
yeah.
but just nice clean plays there from Momentum won the day.
Yeah, I mean, while Flogel was really able to do huge damage to Momentum, his team was just not able to capitalize on it. I mean, we saw Momentum take their time there. I don't think the first damaging shots were fired until maybe 58 seconds on the timer. So, I really think that Momentum is very strong on attack here, and Flogels is going to have to work to get their the next round to win.
They just need one more to secure this game one before we go into game two. But Momentum, with that performance, if they carry that into the next couple games, could tie it up here.
They definitely could.
All right, now we are moving on to our next map here.
Should be coming back to a kill house tile.
Kill House with the flag here.
The beautiful Argus flag.
All right. Oh yes, Apollo Injustice here with that huge breezeway and this long snaking hallway.
Yes. No, we're definitely gonna have to see it play out interesting here. I think that again, like you said last time, that hallway is key. You have to go through it. It is the main rotate on this map. The attackers will have to enter it at some point. So we could see Flogels do what Momentum did, which is really just kind of anchor in around bomb and just fall back as they're getting pushed back, doing damage all along the way, and force them to just burn time. But Flogels looks like they know that hallway is where they need to hold, and they're preparing to hold hard there.
Yeah, maybe using some of these barbs as ways to listen out for where the defenders are and to assure some wall bangs. But I agree with you. Club and backstage is the place to be for a defender because you got all this space here, a ton of walls to hide where you are, and a bunch of cover to prevent like to where they have to get headshots to really kill them quickly. Um, yeah, it's just a tough push on the bomb here if the defenders can collapse correctly and like prevent uh attackers from just collapsing and getting there in the club and backstage.
Definitely. Yeah, it looks like Momentum wants to split, but just split breezeway so they both don't get shot. However, that puts a lot of risk. I don't know what they really plan to do once they get in there. Do they have a clacker on them? I don't believe any one of them is carrying a clacker currently, so this is just going to be a full green. But all of them have no.
Oh,
One of them does. They have a clacker and
here's
a
got a
wall
clacker.
charge. We could see them trying to breach into club with the wall charge. It'd be interesting to see if they're able to do that just because of all the barb and all the players around it. Surely
Yeah.
that wall is going to get seen and get called early on.
From what I've seen from this map, just going in the hallway is just wallbang city if the defenders know you are there. And we got Flogels with the sightlines onto there. He's got a molly waiting to chuck that as soon as it sees. There goes the frag there. Gonna do a little bit of damage onto Flogel, it looks like. But now the attackers have moved, slow walking into lockers, playing a little bit of slow mind games here. Razor waiting to peek onto Flogel here. Who's gonna win that? No, they're just playing it very slowly here. Putting pressure onto Flogel, but backs out. Tons of wall banks, takes down Razor. As now Momentum needs to come up with a play here, and they need to come up with it relatively quickly here as time is winding down and the defenders have locked down Club again. Flogel's still alive there. Tons of wall banks here. Huge amount of damage on the Momentum, taking down Mashes. There goes the wall charge out. I don't know if it's going to be enough at this point. Oh no, Geta takes down Mirror with another wall bang. Now we got Flogel running into the back. Nice rotation here. Voxel, the only one left alive. Probably going to lose the clacker here. Oh, actually take it down Kuko. Managing to dodge. Oh my goodness, that was like a full
Oh,
clip. Oh, but it's not enough here. As Flogels takes game one, 7-4.
I think we
Woof.
really saw Team Flogels there at the end. See, there was only one of them left, and just want to get it over with. That was a lot of ammo and a lot of rushing.
It was indeed. Man,
That was a really good game to watch. There was some interesting plays, especially that reverse card with the wall charge, just blowing them up early on in that first half. That was beautiful to watch from Team Flogels.
absolutely. And now we're getting set for game two here, where Momentum needs to make they did play better in the later half of that game there, but now they need to play even better now to combat Flogels, who seems to be on their game on their like peak right now. They are playing exceptionally well against Momentum right now.
We should be going into a 15-minute break just now, but after those 15 minutes, we'll come back and we'll get game two of this amazing series so far. Welcome back to DPL. We're going to catch up with this last match in the series between Momentum and Flogels. We saw a very just an awesome game to watch. I mean, an awesome game to pass really last between Momentum and Flogels here. I mean, we had some great plays. That wall charge on the C-Store where the defenders used a captured wall charge from the previous round to get 2 easy frags. That's impressive, and I really hope we're going to come in and we're going to see some of the same plays pulled off again. What did you think, Shoveler?
Thanks, Fred. I thought that was amazing to watch. Definitely giving Donut something to write down in his little stats journal and something to get excited about. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for what these two teams are going to bring to this next round. I expect momentum now that they're honed in, they're warmed up. Definitely going to expect a more bigger effort from them in this next round. And Flogels is just going to keep on keeping on. I expect this to go all 12 games. It's going to be very close.
Oh yeah, for sure. These two teams are neck and neck on the scoreboard right now. This game is really going to determine how they place in relation to each other. You know, Momentum really could come in and I guess they can't win anymore, but they can definitely tie it up. And
Right.
Flogels really needs to prove why they are where they are on the scoreboard, and if they can do that, you know, staying above Momentum, you know, I think that's good for them. That's going to really help their final placement.
Exactly. Definitely a battle for EU right now, which
Oh
is
yeah,
always exciting.
the
um,
crown of the EU. People ask
uh,
for an EU league. This is what it is.
these two teams are very good, and so I'm glad that they're representing the EU. And I think we're about ready to start into our next game. But to wrap that up, um, yeah, the EU has definitely got two teams to look out for here with Flogels and Momentum here. Definitely giving North America a run for their money.
Oh yeah, seems like the game's just about getting started. Should be able to get in there and really be able to start watching the action unfold.
Right. So loading in here, uh, Momentum, I know definitely needs to a bit step up their game. They don't have much to go to step up their game just because the last two games were so close. But they definitely need to show Flogels that they are not people to be messed with. What do you think Flogels is going to need to show up in this game?
I think they're really just gonna need to get tighter. They were really kind of losing it towards the end there. I mean, they were still playing very well, but they were getting a little sloppy at the end, maybe a little overconfident. They had just nearly gotten a perfect attacker half. Um, so I think they were a little overconfident, and that might have cost them some performance. I think they need to recognize that momentum is a threat, and they need to play for that threat. And I think they've learned their lesson, or I hope they've learned their lesson. So that way, you know, with them coming in on attack here first on Operation Caged Hand, we should see them perform very well. Um, I think the first round is typically a tone setter for the game. Um, so I think we really need to see how the teams play here. Momentum already setting up to just bunker in that kitchen with the button, prevent them from getting the button, which prevents them from getting access to bomb. Whereas Team Flogels wants to push office and then office and reception, it seems, and just kind of tentacle out into the map and just spread, picking off defenders one by one. Likely they'll be able to get on either side of kitchen, excuse me, and push the button from two sides at the same time, which means that even with the bunker and kitchen, there's not much they can do if they're getting flashbangs from either side.
Yeah, if they can pull off this sort of pinch maneuver here, I definitely think they'll capitalize and really put the pressure on momentum here, holding down button in kitchen. Um, we may see maybe a lurker or two hanging out there that doesn't collapse after the initial push, just because this club back here has a couple places you can hide if you don't look as you're running through clearing these rooms. So we may see some of that, especially these two hidey holes in office. If you're not careful, you can get caught there. But if you're smart and know who you're playing against, you might be able to hide back there, maybe do a little bit of a sneaking attack in the as the push goes through. But let's see what Flogels has planned here as they are on attack and momentum is set up for a defense. They push office here. Flashes go out. Razor and Macias holding down. They do check those office corners. Macias waiting down on the other side. A bit of a shotgun meetup here. Ghetto pushing into Macias. He's still alive. Ghetto backing up. Macias dodging the best he can, but it's not going to be enough. Trade for Macias and Ghetto. A bunch of wallbangs go out. Razor ready with that auto shotty. Flogel and Tigaman with a late little entry here into Brick House, trying to move into reception. From into Brick House, Tigaman's closing in on Chris. Razor and Mears trying to prevent this push here from Louis and Kuko. And now they're backing up as best as they can. Flogel taking down Mir with a long shot there. Dodging some mollies. It's now just Tigaman and Flogel versus Voxel and Chris. As time is winding down, 55 seconds left. Flogel does take out Voxel. Chrisu hiding in the back with that knack as takes down Tigaman. And now just waiting to see what Flogel here. Flogel has equipped to the teeth with utility here to push here onto Chris. Chris hiding back there in kitchen, dodging both his attacks. Full health, just cleanly lines up that shot onto Flogel, taking him down.
Very good plays from both teams there. I think we saw both teams really play to their advantage and just kind of hold those corners really well. I think a lot of those kills were in fact trades in the end, and it just came down to that last little 1v1. Again, proving that these teams are very equal.
Right, yeah. Definitely, I mean, it came down to the wire there with that last minute. We had an auto shotty versus a shotgun in that closed off kitchen where there's that huge island preventing sight in the middle, and it just became who can be faster on the trigger and faster with aiming. And ultimately there, momentum won in the end, but now we're going to see what happens here on Razor display on C-Store.
Yeah, no. This map is actually very interesting because you can see this office with the windows. You might think that's the free door because the skylight tends to be the free door. However, it actually requires a wall charge to take because you have to blow into shed and then walk up the staircase. There's no way to access that stair without a wall charge.
Oh, very interesting. I haven't played this map yet.
Yeah. Now, it seems like Momentum, they are aware of it and they're concerned of it, so they want to barb there in tellers. It'd be interesting to see if someone plays in tellers after that, because that barb really restricts a lot of movement in and out of office and in and out of tellers.
Right, so that makes the free door now here over in storage, which does provide that sightline on the car. I wouldn't expect any defenders to line up in storage just because there's not too much cover in there. You got a couple of these things here, but what do you think, Red?
It looked like for a moment, it looked like Momentum was going to put 2 or 3 barbs into office to try and stop that push. I don't know if they're hard calling that push, but Flogels are not doing it. They want to go and they want to push storefront. They want to smoke off freezer. They want to smoke off arcade. That's going to really limit where they have to deal with targets. Pretty much limiting it to just behind the freezers and just in tellers. Once they clear those, they can move on to the east half of the map and clear freezer and arcade. And after that, they just have bomb control. And there's not much Momentum can do about it. Especially, they seem to be preparing for either an arcade or storage push. And they're going to be left really on their toes when when Flogels just comes through the front of the store.
Yeah, what Flogels really has to look out for in this storefront push is that sightline there from that teller window could lay out a big grouping of damage. And I mean, if Chris is careful, I think he can slip a molly through there if you're very accurate. But now they're lining up here. See if they catch Momentum here off guard a bit. They have 2 defenders in teller guarded there. There goes the charge. But they don't get that sightline through that teller window. They weren't expecting it as they push completely into the storefront, locking it down, but they got a lot of defenders on all sides. Chris and Voxel go down in tellers. Mir able to hold down Freezer from Ghetto. Razor and Louis trading in arcade there. Actually, Kuko picking up that kill on Razor with the Saber from downtown. Tigaman just peeking around taking out Mir. It's now just Macius with a shotgun and a molly there to make a big play here onto Tigaman and Kuko. They do have range on him. He's gonna have to be extremely careful making this push back around. He did put a very smart molly on there to slow them down, but now bomb pressure is something Macius needs to worry about. Stuck back there in storage. Here comes a bit of bomb pressure. Tigaman holding down that sight line along with Kuko. Ash is just stuck back there in storage. Needs to peek around to be extremely careful here. A few shots go out. So low on health, it's not going to be enough as Kuko takes down Macius. And now they defuse the bomb to tie it up 1-1 here. It looks like it's going to be close like we said, Red.
Oh yeah, no, these teams have warmed up. They felt each other out. They're going in. They're playing hard. They know how to work around each other, and I think this could be a tie.
I think so too. And now we're moving into, I believe it's Factory as
Yes,
our
we should be coming
last
out on Factory.
little bit of the set here. And I'm excited to see what we get here on Factory to really change it up. See who can maybe take the early lead here.
Yeah, no, we've been seeing a lot of the close range maps where teams have been bringing shotguns and SMGs and really playing in those close brace fire ranges. We're coming into Factory. We're going to see the long lanes, the long sight lines, and it's going to come down to snipers and those marksman weapons that the teams have access to. See which team is better on clicking heads rather than spraying bodies.
A Tidal Blood, another no man's land map here, but not as big and open as the previous one we saw here. This one's got a lot more shelving options here. There is a walkway actually here from dock on to shelving, and you do have a bit of cover there, but what do you see here, Red?
I mean, that little watchtower, the island shelving, is very strong. It allows you to look straight into the bomb and cover it from there. So I'd imagine you'd want someone set up there with something. Um, it also covers docks and even fan to an extent. It is a very risky but very strong position. If they split push, you're probably dead. If they come through one direction, you'll really be able to just channel them. It seems like Flogels wants to come in through fan. This could be very powerful. They want to smoke it off. Although that's going to leave them really susceptible to getting shot from the south there. So they'll have to move fast. Although it seems like momentum is concerned about that area of the map setting up. I don't know what that circle with the arrows mean. That could be meaning having players set up there to rotate in, or being prepared for Flogels to come in through there. Although it looks like they're setting up Barb for everywhere but fan. This could be really detrimental to team momentum, and it could cost them the round.
Yeah, they got to be very careful and check their sight lines. Office is going to be, they kind of have, if you hold up in this corner, a small little sight line there, but with this giant shelving in the way, unfortunately for Office, they're just completely blocked from getting those early picks on to Fan. And so they're going to have to wait for Flogels to actually push into Fan, but they've locked it. They've walking through Office just to do a little bit of mind games here, it looks like, as they're making their way onto Fan. We do see the defenders spread out on the bottom half of the map here, not expecting or not trying to contest that server's push. I think they've locked in. They know they're going fan now. And now they're just holding these sidelines. We've got Razor and Voxel. Voxel with the Lagros trying to get a pick off, but it's just too quick as the smoke comes out, and now Flogel is fully into this factory here. Flogel taking out Chris in the office. Razor trapped in no man's land, trying to sprint out of there and get out of there. Not enough to get any sort of damage or frags as Louis takes him down. Kuko with a long range shot onto Voxel, taking down Voxel, and now bomb pressure. Flogel's completely secured this entrance here, as it's now a 4v2 as Mir and Masters are trying to make something happen here. Not going to be enough as the bomb gets defused.
They really just did not have control of the bomb there. They didn't have any way to counter that push once they took no man's land, and they were punished for that. You know, we saw the two momentum players just way out of position, unable to do anything, and Flogels just got a free defuse, not even contested whatsoever.
Absolutely. They were able to push into fan going both south and east and able to take out the defenders in office, and that was pretty crucial in terms of the backup there for the defenders. But now we're switching sides here with Flogel on attack and Momentum on defense. Same set of maps here as we go into Caged Hand, this vault map.
Oh yeah. Um, Vault definitely providing an interesting challenge to a lot of these teams. It does require you to effectively take two objectives. Now, of course, we switch sides. So now we've got Flogels on the defense. We saw Momentum take this round. This is their only defensive win. Um, and we'll have to see if Flogels is really able to do the same here. If, this map does seem pretty easy to defend. You got a long way to get to that button, and then you can let your team fall back into the vault. So there's a lot of stage defense you can do. Um, I think that's almost the exact same barb setup we saw from Momentum. I think or no, it's not. They do have the same barb in Kitchen to Brick House, but the other two barbs were different. Uh, Really, it looks like Flogels is worried about a charge early on when they really don't need to be. It seems like Momentum is just going to full push green. They're going to come through Brick House, take Kitchen, come down backstage, and take Vault. Uh, Very basic, easy eco play. Ecoing in the beginning seems to be a favorite strategy of Momentum. I believe they did that last game too, and it's a pretty safe bet. Even if you lose this first round of the set, you do have two clackers and three charges for the next two rounds, meaning that unless you really mess up, you'll be able to charge the next two rounds and double charge in at least one of them, which can be very powerful.
Right, yeah, they are locking down Kitchen there, securing that button. Momentum does have a drawn in. They do have that brick house marked up there. See if they use it. They do have a clacker and a door charge there. So I don't see them packing a wall charge at all. But now they're lining up, gonna send some people down into reception while the rest line up on brick house, it looks like. And so now they're setting up, waiting to make their entrance here into Caged Hand. They're now in reception, trying to see if anyone's hiding there. A couple little shots go out.
I
Just
think
trying to
that was
see
just
if
to open
anyone's
the
out there.
door.
Opening that door. Ah, yes. And now waiting to push in here. Momentum having these slow plays as now they break into Brick House here. Kitchen being held down by Flogel and Louis. Ticketman and Ghetto expecting the route into club and office. But so far, Momentum is holding down Brick House, wanting to put a ton of pressure into there as the flash goes out, and now they're in Kitchen, taking down Louis. A bunch of shots go out. Flogel goes down. Ghetto, the only one left alive on defense there, in there. Going down there from Macias and Razor and Mirror.
They
Voxel
closed
with
the
the.
vault door.
They did! Oh no! So now Kuko is able to sneak their way into the vault. There is some barbed wire there, it looks like. Ticketman has retreated into club, taking a few shots at Voxel, but now is blocked out by this door. Kuko, the only one left. That knack super powerful if used here. Oh, a couple shots go down, taking out some attackers. Macias trying to not get taken out by Ticketman. 1v1 there. Oh, and now it's a 2v1 as Voxel is suddenly compromised by Ticketman and Kuko. What an excellent play by these two. They were able to play around the defenders and use cover to their advantages to not get picked off so early. And then suddenly they had a pinched, like, where both defenders were coming in on both sides and they were just completely caught off guard.
Yeah, no, Tigger really holding that flank and pushing from behind. He was just very powerful and just completely destroying their team. They did not expect him to come from that side. And I think what was really critical is while Ghetto may not have gotten any kills in his time in Kitchen, he did a lot of damage with that KR. He probably got enough to kill two attackers, but he spread it across three or four of them, which was just really made it easy for the knack and the shotgun to just clean up at that close range.
Absolutely. And now we're moving into C-Store on our second set. Razor display. Oh, with this lockdown office push here through this shed.
Oh yeah. No, it'll be interesting to see if a team chooses to do that because it basically guarantees them power. However, it does cost a wall charge, and generally speaking, the wall charging into storefront is just a stronger play.
Yeah, it is, especially with That's exactly what we saw last game with them pushing in through here with these two tellers. They had two defenders and tellers, which tried to scramble out and take out the storefront push, but it wasn't enough as their positions quickly collapsed from last time we saw. But it looks like Momentum has a marked up arcade push here, actually.
Yeah, it does look like that Flogels is preparing for a kind of storefront push here, setting up two barb in the storefront, but it looks like they do want to have one barb covering their back in arcade, which could be really critical in stopping a push from momentum. However, that is a white door, which means there is nothing stopping any kind of. It's just open. It's just open for visual and for shooting to go through. So we could see the moment that red door is blown, fire coming in from storefront or fire coming in from the red door into storefront, and it could be whoever's really watching that and prepared for that is going to come off better off in the engagement.
Right, and now we see a lot of drawing here from Momentum, looking to just rush storefront. And that's what they have marked up. Let's see what they do here. They're slow walking out there. They have the clacker and the door charge. Also pack in some smokes, flashes, and a frag grenade. So now they're lining up for this arcade push, going to peek that storage window just a little bit. But the defense have locked down the lower half of this map, with Tigaman the first line of defense here on storage if they can make that rotation. Louis also holding down arcade. Momentum really favors these slow pushes as they go into arcade now. Louis just getting caught completely out there. And Tigerman with the rotation here, a smoke goes out along with a molly. Flogel trying to make a quick few little peeks here, trying to do damage. Kuko with a burst from the knack. A huge spray of bullets as Tigerman goes down as well. And now suddenly it is a 5v3 as Momentum is locked down arcade. They chuck a grenade out, not going to find anybody. Uh, Most of the team at good health except for two of them as they push now here. Kuko with that knack trying to do a big damage. He does onto Razor. Ghetto getting caught in the bathroom. Chris, nice rotation down into storefront to take out Kuko. And now all that's left is Flogel scrambling in the arcade to do something. Definitely not enough as Mir lines up a nice shot to take down Flogel.
We got to remember here. It seems like both times the defenders have won on the first map, but not on the second map. So we could be looking at a sided maps here, or these teams are just very similar and are just able to do the same things. So we could expect Team Momentum to come and take a third round here on this factory, just as Team Flogels did. We really have to see that Flogels is just ready to outperform them and win, where Team Momentum failed to defend.
Right, yeah. It's just been at first thought it was gonna be neck and neck, but so far it has just been a very aggressive match here. I mean, Momentum keeps trying to do these slow pushes where they wind down time, they slow walk up to their entrance, and I'm not sure if it's quite working out for them completely. They may need to be a little bit more aggressive with setting up their plays.
Yeah. Momentum, that is what has been really crippling Momentum this entire season. They just slow push, and that cost them a lot of time. Um, it does work out for them on occasion, but it is probably the biggest thing hurting them. Both teams immediately marking X on wall charge spots that they're worried about. I believe that is because Momentum only has a wall charge left. Yes,
That's
in
correct.
fact, they only do have a wall charge left. So both teams planning for wall charge, and it seems like Flogels immediately calling the wall charge and the servers into no man's land or server storage into no man's land wall charge. Be interesting to see if Team Momentum even bothers trying to grab power here. I don't know what advantage it would really give them, but if they could get power, that might give them enough cover to just get into no man's land even faster and just defuse the bomb. And we saw with the last time this map was played, Flogels were able to defuse before two of the defenders were even killed. So it is definitely possible on this map to just delay a push against you and defuse the bomb.
Yeah, and Flogel has just been locking down these slow pushes, but if Momentum is very aggressive with this wall charge and catches a lot of Flogel off guard, this could work out for them in their favor. Yeah, I don't see any use to getting lights, especially. Um, but that looks to be what is drawn up here. What do you think Momentum's chances are here?
Um, Honestly, not too good. They could totally pull it off, but it seems like most of Flogels is set up and prepared for this kind of push. They even have it. We see the overlapping lines here, exactly on where each other are going. So I really think Flogels is ready to rotate onto this push, and it could be devastating. It's going to come down to Momentum really pulling off the stops with utility usage.
Yeah, and there goes the Molly from Tigaman, loaded up with the auto shotty, ready for that push. Louis backing off into storage, and now Momentum has got to make a quick play here. They know where they're coming from. They know the play. They have it marked up. Fogels has got to execute, and Momentum has just got to pick their shots. Actually, that is a huge win for them, taking out that auto shotty, which could have been devastating at the beginning. There goes the smoke out there. Louis locking down storage push here. They have this. They're setting up for the wall charge. I don't believe they have placed it just yet. They're trying to take care of these last two defenders, as they do, taking out two of them. They do hit lights. Flogel and Ghetto, only ones left alive. What an excellent push here into storage for Momentum. And now they're pushing in here, catching them both off guard. They got two people coming at them. Oh man, just two sides coming at them at the same time. Nothing they could do, being caught out in the middle there. Maybe if they could have retreated to a better location, but it did not look good. Wow, way to just play the rounds, and even them knowing their plan, Momentum really just executed well there.
Oh yeah, no, that was. I don't know if there was a lot of choking on Flogo's part or if it was just really, really good job on Momentum's part for clearing. Either way, Momentum played that very well. They really could have lost there. That auto shotgun going down early was devastating. Tiga really should have considered pushing hard in order to take them around that corner. That would have been hard for them to react to, but because of their slow push, he didn't realize they were in. Um, and that ultimately cost him his life. He also stepped in the barbed wire and alerted the attackers to his position, which really didn't help.
Right?
But
And I
now,
didn't notice till the very end there that Razor actually got a 3K on that map.
oh yeah, no, he was very strong there. Now we're coming in, new half, new economy, same side still. Operation Blinding Star. You know, another very long hallway on the kill house.
Whole map is long.
Yeah,
Vertically.
very tall map. Ooh, looks like we've had a crash on Flogels. Kuko has crashed. I don't know if they're going to reconnect or not. I believe they will. Oh, yeah, he's restarting for lag detected. So he should be back into the game.
Yeah, we should be getting along here
Yeah,
momentarily. Hopefully get back into this game. Fortunate for Kuko and Flogels there.
yep, already back in.
All right.
Yeah. So it seems like Momentum wants to push up and blow backstage and then push Club. Although it looks like Flogels is ready for that. They've got a barbed wire on stage to really just try and stop that push. They'll probably be playing around and behind bar or just wall banging from office itself. Seems like they're only using 2 barbed wire this map, which is certainly a risky play, but it could come out good for them. Oh, no, it looks like Ghetto, and yeah, so they have 3 barbed wire. One barb is probably going to be used late, based on where they're coming from.
All right. And yeah, they do have that backstage marked up. Looks to be what the play is here. Tigaman waiting with the reactive barbed wire. He's going to place it down and retreat down into club, holding a nice little angle there. Couple shots go out, not going to find anybody. Voxel creeping around the checkpoint to check these angles here. It's maybe going to be catching a Kuko a little off guard here. Oh, as he does get a little check there from the drone. Tigaman trying to get a couple picks there from pistol shots. Not going to find anybody. Kuko retreating there. Maybe knows Voxel's there. Doesn't look like it as Voxel catches him off guard, taking him down. And Tigaman going down to some nice shooting from Voxel. Louis retreating to office, but now has to back out as a frag goes out. Able to get a molly there to lock off that push. Office is a little compromised. We'll see if Flogel gets the rotation here as Voxel is slowly creeping into kitchen. And now Flogel is running straight into Voxel, who takes him down. Louis going down to Mirror, and now bomb pressure. Ghetto, what chance does he have? Sprinting around, trying to dodge bullets, but is not enough as Momentum secures this round. Wow, Momentum is coming back in a big way with these last 2 rounds.
Oh yeah, no, they're really showing why they deserve to be a DPL team. They're coming in and they're really putting Flogels on the back foot here. Again, they managed to come in and they have all but one member alive. That is really good. Now, given they took a lot of damage there, I think if we saw maybe a bit more consolidation of the Flogels members or a bit more aggressive playing on those flanking players, Flogels and Kuko, if they had pushed sooner rather than later, we might have saw a few more kills there rather than them just getting picked off one by one. But Momentum, really well played. They're gonna take that round, and they might be able to take the next 2 in this set. They seem to be very strong on attack, and if they can do those next 2, then they've guaranteed themselves a tie.
Absolutely. And Momentum, I'm loving what I'm seeing from them right now because even with their slow plays, they're just executing better overall these past 2 rounds over Flogel. And hopefully they carry that momentum, pun intended, forward into these next couple games. For now on Broken Saber, you saw this in Fearsome and Mazer the last round or the last game. What do you see here, Red?
You know, I personally am not a fan of this storefront shape. I think it just isn't fun to play around and results in the exact same, freezer and teller's placement and shape. But interestingly on this map, rather than having bomb being storefront, it's in freezer, which makes it very interesting as you can't just rush storefront and take bomb. You actually have to push in another layer into freezer and take it from there. Now, with all the freezer windows, there's just so many freezer windows that it's basically the same as pushing storefront with extra steps. However, it does allow Flogels to barb it a little better. Now, it seems like the attackers don't even want to try going through the windows. They want to blow storefront and then push arcade and come in through the door. I don't think Flogels is necessarily ready for that. I mean, they're not even considering an arcade push, which does the same for cheaper almost. So it'll be interesting to see. Although it looks like Flogels might be trying to go into shed and from office, go into shed and shoot out into any of the attackers who go north. Although it seems like most of the attackers will go south and they won't get any picks out of that.
Yeah, we do actually see Flogel camped up there at shed, and he did kick open the door. So maybe trying to get an early pick here. Hopefully Momentum is expecting that. I know I've fallen for it as a casual. But they have heavily barbed up here storefront, expecting that push there. Voxel may be encountering up there. They've turned off the lights.
Interesting.
Not sure. Maybe trying to hide their placement here as they're creeping around now. And maybe trying to hide in office in case they keep creeping around. This is a weird first part of this round here.
I guess they've assumed that because the attackers won't have NVGs, they'll be weak in the dark. However, all the attacker guns have very powerful flashlights capable of blinding defenders.
Right, and now Momentum again with the slow walking into their attacks here. A couple shots go out there. Flogel's waiting for him. There goes the flash. Oh, he snuck around there. He's behind the table. Oh, he doesn't see them. Flogel is somehow. Oh my God, Flogel! What a madman! As he managed to remain undetected, hiding in that corner, taking out Voxel. Oh my goodness! It's now a 3v2. With Flogel now just trying to lock down Freezer with Ghetto and Louis. Chris coming in to clean him up. Macias and Ghetto doing a little dance in arcade, trying to see who's gonna win this. Oh my gosh, The DDR is there, but they'd rather play out in the middle of the carpet. And now with bomb pressure, it's just not enough for Ghetto. Oh, he does pick off Bastius, but what a weird round.
That was very bizarre. I'm not sure what we were looking at. Oh, I think I understand now. They turned off power because there's a red door immediately into tellers, which having that power off means they could not raise the shutters.
Oh, interesting.
So they did that in order to secure storefront for a little bit longer. Unfortunately, they were able to quickly adapt to that and send the team green to just easily take the power button, which remained unguarded.
Wow, was that's that's a thinker of a round.
Oh yeah, no. It's often when you see maps where there is a very quick rush into tellers, it's often very good to have a person playing power ready to turn it off the moment you suspect they're going that way.
Wow. Something I'll have to look for as a casual.
Yeah.
But now we're in Liberty Terror on Factory.
This is a very interesting map. Between conveyors and office, that south of the factory floor is just crucial to take because otherwise you will not be able to take bomb. Shelving is a threat, but it is less of a threat. Seems like Flogels is preparing to barb around some of those entrances, but momentum is just drawn a line green. I think they want to push up into storage and then split between the factory floor and Toxic to take office.
Right. Oh
I
man.
believe they do still have charges left. They at least have
They
a clacker.
should. Yeah, looking in, I do believe they still have some charges left.
Uh,
They got a wall charge,
They do have a
and
wall
I do see a
charge.
door charge, or maybe that's a clacker. I'm not sure.
nah,
We'll see.
I think they just have a door charge. Yeah, because they've door charged the other 2 rounds.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of pushing toxic in any factory map ever,
Yeah.
just because I hate
Oh
being
yeah.
so confined on these catwalks, and so I normally don't see toxic as ever a great push.
Yeah,
But
it seems like they want to push Doc actually with the wall charge, turn off power, and let someone in fan.
oh, yeah, because turning off the power will shut down the fan and allow them to push in.
Oh yeah.
That does
That's,
have a
it does put them at a risk though, because there's a lot of angles onto Doc, and they kind of get stuck there unless they're able to push out. Well, it
yeah.
seems
Right now
like
they have Flogel as a reactive barb there, seeing if they're going to push Doc. They have Flogel does have it marked up, expecting that push. But now Momentum, with their slow walk, almost characteristic of their plays now.
yes.
Not worried about time this team ever.
Yeah. No, I think they work better under the pressure. When the
I
clock
think so
hits
too.
30, that's where they start performing.
I agree with you, man. All right, now they're just waiting to set up to execute here. We do see Kuko in the middle of shelving with the mop, Louis with the Igmar, Fogel with a Lagros waiting for them to push in. Ghetto is setting up in Toxic, ready to see if they push. All right, now they're pushing into Doc. Flogel tries to get a quick pick there, but not going to be enough as they trade Mirror for Flogel there. And now they do shut off the lights, and now fan is opened up. Kuko is unsuspecting as now Voxel and Chris move their way in. Flares do go out as there is a bit of a mess down there in that dock entrance. Louis does go down to Voxel as well as Kuko. And now it's just Tigaman and Ghetto making a play against these 3 attackers here. Ghetto goes down, and now it's Tigaman all alone, holding down, and now he's getting smoked out. Does take out Chris. He's now trying to make a big play with this KR. Is it going to be enough? Bomb pressure from Voxel here. Tigaman trying to get a peek out. They know where he's at. He's covered on 2 fronts. No way, not enough. Voxel and Mastius secure this round for Momentum. Momentum cannot be stopped as now they are 6-3.
They have guaranteed themselves a tie. However, even if they get the tie, that is still a loss overall for the series. The best they can do because of the best of 2 system is get a tie here. But I think they really could. They only need 1 win on attack or on defense, excuse me. to secure the win and then secure the tie. I think this is the exact same position Flogels was in at this point in time. I would not be surprised if we see Flogels come here and succeed on attack. They tend to perform a bit better on attack. Momentum's definitely a little weaker on defense. But all it's going to take is one round.
Absolutely. We go back to this long kill house here on Blinding Star.
Yeah. What we're really going to have to look for is just how Momentum wants to play here, how they want to get the wall bangs. We saw that backstage push is really strong, especially if you can lock down Club. Although it seems like Momentum, they want to push checkpoint. Do they want a wall charge? They want to try and shotgun open the kitchen door through 2 walls? It's certainly possible, but definitely a risk, especially pushing green like that. Hallways, especially with checkpoints, are really hard to take, especially if you're only sending a reserve team there to try and open another door.
Man, that is a risky play for sure. Trying to shotgun open that red door down here through this wall. Wow, I mean, kudos if they get it.
Yeah, no, I believe they should be able to do it. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not momentum stops them. Flogel's going on the eco round here, which will save their charges for the next rounds. But the thing is, they need to win all the rounds coming out of this in order to tie. Otherwise, they're going to lose.
Yeah, this does seem like a risky play to risk it all on here for. I'm interested to see if they can pull it off.
We see 2 momentum players playing in hallway, so there's definitely a risk.
Yeah, we got Voxel waiting with that KR to just lay down some very high damage on the checkpoint.
Not to mention the Igmar just sitting down, ready to use hallway as one long lane to just choke point the attackers as they push.
Oh, absolutely. And now we see if Momentum can seal the deal here.
Seems like they've changed their mind last minute and are going to backstage.
Yep, and now
last minute plans are rarely good though.
Yeah, we'll see if it pays off for them here. Razor ready with that auto shot. He has a bunch of shots go out. Voxel's about to pick off Flogel here if he can catch him off guard. Oh, doesn't! Flogel's actually able to take out Voxel there. Razor goes down. Oh man, and now it's suddenly even on both sides, as the defenders are still spread out. And now we see a bit of a slower push here from Flogel here on the club, as they do smoke it out, but with how kill house is with all these wall bangs, just be punished from office almost. And now they've stacked up completely to push down here into office. Flogel is going to go for a rotation here. Frag does go out. I believe there might have been some barbed wire there to clear it out. And now Flogel's trying to do a couple wall bangs here with the rotation down here into lockers, maybe catching Chris and Mirror off guard here. This could be the play that steals it here if Flogel can pull it off. Ticketman does go down, and now it's Ghetto and Kuko. Flogel runs in. Oh no, Mirror picks him off. Ghetto and Kuko, the last one's allowed to push here against Massius, who's just holding that angle, and Mirror with too many ways to pick them off. Kuko with the saber could make the dream stay alive, but now Massius is holding bomb cover. Kuko runs in. Let's see if they can pick him off. Oh, but it's not enough. Momentum seals the deal, with Flogels winning the first game and Momentum sealing this assuredly the second one. It's like Momentum was 2 different teams in the first round and the first game and the second game. Flogels the same way. Wow.
Yeah, no, that was really impressive for Momentum. I think they really just needed to warm up, and they got together and they showed that they are a DPL team and that they are strong. Flogels was just absolutely caught off guard by that, especially after winning the first game. That's a tie for the series overall, so I don't think we'll see much shifting in the placements of either team on the scoreboard, leaving the Momentum in 8th and Flogels in 7th until next week. I believe this is the last game of the day that will be streamed, unless some of the Rivals games are going to get picked up. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST for the DreamHack Finals between Momentum and Mazer.
Yep, and that'll be me and Red covering that one at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm excited to see if Momentum can carry this craziness into
Yeah,
that game.
I would
Mazer,
like to see them beat Mazer very much.
oh, absolutely, and seal the win on home turf for the EU for the DreamHack tournament.
Oh yeah, that
Uh,
is true. Because of the DreamHack rules, Momentum is within their rights to request EU servers for the finals.
and that could be a big difference between how they show up tomorrow. I mean, Mazer is just a very, very incredible team to play against. And so Momentum's really gonna have to bring their A game and maybe even their triple A game
Oh
to
yeah.
tomorrow. But I am super excited to cast it along with you,
Oh
Red.
yeah, that's gonna be great, and especially after the performance we saw today, I think that game could be very good.
I certainly hope so. It will be a best of three, and so if both teams can win on the first two games, we will be going to a third game, which will be an extra long and
Yeah.
exciting to see. But extra DPL is the best DPL.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, we had that 5 hour long match between Mazer and Fierce last weekend in the tournament.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, I have been the Shoveler.
I have been Red.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Have a good night.